It's time for another Dice Tower review with Z. Garcia.
Hey everybody, today I'm taking a look at a small card game called London After Midnight. London After Midnight is a take-that game through and through. It's got very cool artwork, but it's a very short, very quick, very simple game. Should take 10-15 minutes or so. Let me give you a look at what I'm talking about here, then we'll come back and I'll tell you what I thought of it. To set up the game, we're going to shuffle up the deck of cards. We're going to give each player one card to start with. We'll flip one over into the discard pile. And then everybody also gets a secret identity card, which is going to have you score based either on monsters or on heroes. And it'll list that fact, as well as a couple of specific characters that are going to give you a bonus point if you happen to have them. The gameplay is very straightforward. On your turn, you are going to either play a card to your tableau here in front of you, they call it your neighborhood, or you are going to draw one. You have a hand limit of 3, so if you already have 3 cards, then you have to play. So on my turn, and again, this card is going to tell you what you won, how you score. So on my turn, for example, I could just draw, and that'll be it. This player could, instead of drawing, I kind of cheated there, they could just play. And they're going to play this priest. Whenever you play any card, you play it, it's going to have symbols in the corner here matching whichever side that typically is going to aid. So the lighter symbols are for the heroes. You want those if you are trying to score for heroes. And then the darker symbols, of course, like this one here, which is a little black skull, those are for the monsters. Every time you play a card, you play it, you read what it does, and you do it. Sometimes it's optional, sometimes it is not. In this case, the priest says you can choose a discarded hero except Dr. Jekyll, the fortune teller, or another priest, and put it into any neighborhood. Ignore its skill. If I played this, there aren't any, so I wouldn't do anything else. That would be it. And then it would be this player's turn, and they would, let's see, what are they going for? Monsters here. Let's say they're going to draw instead, and so on. This player here would play the werewolf. Werewolf says, you can discard any chosen hero card on the table except the fortune teller. They can play this, discard that hero, haha. It would be back to this player, and this continues until someone draws the very last card from the pile. As soon as that's drawn, game is over and we score. Here's how you score. Let me just give myself a few cards here just to give the example. So let's say I have all of these, and yeah, let's go with that. So at the end of the game, I am going to reveal what I score for. In this case, heroes. I count how many of that symbol I have. 1, 2, 3. I subtract from that the monster symbols, so 1, and my score is that. So 2 points, because again, these 2 would cancel out. And then if I had either of these special characters listed, then I would score 1 bonus point for that. That's it. That's a game. It takes about 10 minutes or so to play. You can play multiple times if you want, keep score over all the games, but that's pretty much it. I want to show you a couple of the cards up close, just to give you an idea of the kinds of effects you can expect to see in the game. So here are some of the more unique and powerful cards you're going to see in the game. We have the Mummy, which says look at another player's hand. You can take one of those cards and discard it. We have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, each one worth 2 points for their side, and they would discard each other. So whichever one gets played second discards the first. So there is that. Van Helsing, of course, very powerful, discards all monsters in a chosen neighborhood. So that means if I play this card close to the end, and I can tell someone is going for monsters, so you should be bluffing in the game, but if I have figured that out, and I play this card on them, I have just nuked their score with this card. But it gets better. Move all monsters from one neighborhood to another, so not only can I nuke someone, but I can, nuke someone else who clearly is not going for monsters, with Dracula here. And then, best of all, the creature that discards all other cards on the table except Van Helsing and Dracula and the Mummy and the Werewolf. So this one will nuke the entire table. I should start by saying I am not a huge fan of take-that games. They have their place. I know a lot of people do like them, but they don't particularly appeal to me. I don't like having a bunch of my stuff ruined based on one card play. And that's my main concern in this game, which is that it's not just you can play a card and mess me up a little bit, stick a card in front of me that now I have to fight to get rid of. It is huge, important, chaotic moves, right? A single card that destroys the table. A single card that takes my score from, let's call it 5 to suddenly -3, right? That's a big... I mean, the winning scores in this game are like 2, 3, 4 points. That's a big deal. And some of those cards, some of those characters are that swingy and that powerful. You also have the whole hand limit of 3 thing, which means if I'm a good guy, I want the good characters, and I draw up to 3 and they're all monsters, which is very likely, you gotta play one. You have to, right? That's not that fun, you know. There's a lot of choking in this game. You just hit choke points, you know. Don't have the cards I need. Got stuck with someone else's garbage. I just play all these powerful cards and destroy the game state. And yeah, some people that, the people that are going to defend the game are going to say, yeah, but it's 10 minutes. That's true. That is a sort of a saving grace for the game. But it's 10 minutes of pretty much absolute chaos and not a shred here of anything else, really. I love the artwork in the game. I think the production's very nice. It's a nice small package. Writing on it is solid. Artwork on the game is solid. If you love Take That, and I mean it, you know, if like really swingy, slap you down Take That games, then yeah, you might like this one because it's a looker. But even if you dislike Take That a little bit, I think this one is just so swingy and mean and jerky that you should skip it, you know. For me, this is a pass, but I would recommend it to folks that are looking for a lightning quick filler that has good artwork and that is very much in your face and a Take That game. The theme's cute, artwork is very nice, so there you have it. For me personally, a pass. That is London After Midnight.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.